What is going on, family? Today we are going to be getting into a little bit of a double dose of Ren, and a lot of you guys have been suggesting to check out this 1 million subscribers video that Ren had posted. A lot of you had let me know that this was basically really kind of showing the other side of Ren, of him really kind of getting behind the camera and just kind of giving you who he is and just kind of talking to the rest of us. Let's go ahead and check it out.
I want to keep this short and sweet because I wrote something that I want to share with you. But first of all, I just want to say how grateful I am. I've reached 1 million subscribers on YouTube, which is a flipping huge milestone. I wanted to say thank you to everyone who supported my music over the years, whether you're newly on board or have been here for a while. I wanted to say thank you to the YouTube reaction community who have gotten behind my stuff in a big way and really helped me reach this goal. So thank you guys. Yeah, I wanted to read this passage that I wrote about success. It's too much for me to remember right now, so bear with me. But yeah, success to me means that I have a responsibility that transcends me. If I have a platform where people are paying attention, then I feel like it's my duty to make that count. It's far more important than my aspirations with music and what I could personally gain. There's a saying that stuck with me recently, which was a rising tide lifts all ships. Somehow, by finding success for myself has meant that I can find success for the people around me, and that makes me feel very rich. I'm in a very strange position right now where I owe much of my success to the most destructive force in my life, which has been the turbulence of my physical and mental illness. The thing that has by far brought me the most pain has been a source of constant inspiration, which ironically led to creations which brought me the most joy. Creating art which means something to somebody else and can potentially be a companion to somebody else.
Okay, I'm gonna have to stop it right here because he's already gonna make me cry, yo. Like, I'm gonna have to stop myself because I'm thinking about it already. He's gonna make me cry just by like what he just said. I made a comment in a recent video. I don't remember which one it was, but I made a comment about how I didn't create my YouTube channel to become like a tell-all about my depression. But every single time that I open up about my depression and my history with suicide, it touches so many people. And that feeling means more to me than anything at all. Like when you guys have told me these stories and said just some of the comments you guys leave me about how my perspective on certain things and how you guys see me. Only I would know because you know how I feel. It's a tough thing to really think about that like you said, the thing that has caused you the most pain is what is bringing the most success to you. When he talks about his issues with his disease and just his overall mental health, I feel like that is what people relate probably to the most to him. He touches on all subjects and in all different forms, and he tries to be a positive catalyst for those things. When he made that comment, it just really resonated with me because I feel like I've been in such a back and forth struggle to like even just debate my own mind of whether or not I even bring up some of those subjects. Let's keep going.
Creating art which means something to somebody else and can potentially be a companion to somebody else in the dark justifies my own pain, and I desperately needed that to be justified. There are a lot of people alive today who live in the dark. It's a place that I'm very familiar with. In the peak of my health problems, I was severely underweight. All my meals had to be restricted and blended, and I was so tired that I couldn't participate in life. I couldn't socialize, I couldn't watch films, I couldn't read. My bones constantly hurt. Even standing in the shower was excruciating and exhausting. And this went on for years, with no answers. Nobody could have ever convinced me during that time that my pain and suffering would be a source for something good, because it felt insidious. Nobody could have ever convinced me that something constructive can come from hurting every day. But I'm here to tell you that if you are hurting every day, don't be afraid. One thing I know to be a constant law of the universe, is that life is inconsistent. Life is beautiful and life is hideous. Life is kind and life is cruel. Dancing inside this dichotomy and inconsistency makes me know that you won't hurt forever, whether that comes from resolution of what you're going through or acceptance of where you are. You won't hurt forever. You don't know yet whether or not your pain conceals gold. It definitely conceals wisdom, and it's definitely a catalyst for filling you with empathy. So stand strong, my friends, and don't let the darkness consume you, because once you know the dark and become intimate with it, you become very capable of wielding the light. You could be instrumental for changing this world for the better. There's nothing humble about shrinking or doubting yourself because you are large. You can be ferocious and you could be magnificent. For the medical industry, who too often let people fall through the cracks, it's your duty to do better. For the people living in the light, who have either stepped out of their shadow or have never had to walk beside it, it's your responsibility to put out untainted love. Our own greed, desire to ferociously expand, and decisions rooted in self-interest can benefit ourselves in a material sense, but can be very destructive to the hive and the world around us, ultimately hurting ourselves.
He is talking so many facts here, man. Like he says it even just in his music videos, and just like when he does in his music, he's only just reiterating that message. He's really just double downing on that overall concept of like it's really easy to like just do things for personal benefit and personal gain. It's much harder to try to do the right thing. He's equated it to like the health industry and like how like this healthcare in general has so many issues that could just be better, and how it's a responsibility as us as a society to just do better with so many different things, especially when it comes to healthcare. I don't even want to ask the question because I feel like everybody on here would have a story about some nightmare with the healthcare system. He talked about being comfortable in the darkness, and I think I even made a comment about that in my high rent video about, when you live in the darkness for so long, so many people are scared of it. But when you learn to get comfortable there that you can, like he said, learn to navigate through the light. His overall message here of taking something negative and turning it to a positive to affect positive change is really moving. It's extremely moving. I really can't even put into words like how just genuine and authentic like the heart of a person has to be when this is at the forefront of like what you want to contribute to the world.
Our own greed, desire to ferociously expand, and decisions rooted in self-interest can benefit ourselves in a material sense, but can be very destructive to the hive and the world around us, ultimately hurting ourselves. So we really must consider that if we're going to step into a bright future. As humans, we have an incredible potential, and it would be a shame to throw it away. So community, humanity, and changing our relationship with the natural world so it leans more towards homeostasis must be a priority number one. If you're watching this and there's a knot tied up in your stomach with bitterness, anger, or hatred for your fellow human being, be with it, feel it, understand it, express it, and then let it go. You're hurting. Give yourself love, forgive yourself, and then project that love outwards, and the anger will pass. We have a decision in every interaction to tilt the world towards heaven or hell, towards Jannah or Jahannam, utopia or dystopia, and some people's ideas of heaven will be another's image of hell. So tread carefully, but treat those differences with respect. Tapestries are made beautiful because of the variety in the sum of their parts.
I really liked his message here when he talked about being with that anger and being with that frustration. It's okay to feel things. It's okay to feel anger. It's okay to feel frustrated. But at the end of the day, it's when you're repeating those feelings over and over again, day after day, and you don't know why you have them. You're just mad all the time now. You're just angry all the time now, and you don't even understand why. Like Ren said, it's okay to feel those things, but you have to sit there and be with it and understand it so you can let it go. You either will get over it and you won't be mad at it anymore, or you'll find the next emotion that's more healthy for you to move on to the next thing with.
Thank you to 1 million people inside this rich tapestry for the opportunity for me to try and spread my own vision of what I believe to be good. And thank you for justifying my pain. Thank you. I love you.
Thank you for justifying my pain. It just makes me think about like what we talked about a little bit earlier in this video is like, when your pain can mean something positive for even just one other person, it's worth it every single time. Like, like I said, every time that I've gotten a little bit vulnerable and I was like, do I even dare put this out? Do I even dare talk about it? every single time it has come back with somebody saying like, I thank you, I needed to hear that today, or your reaction really meant something to me today. And just hearing anything like that has been more than I think that I ever even anticipated starting this YouTube channel. I had no idea where this journey was going to take me, and I had no idea like what kind of community that I was going to be a part of and grow on here as with you guys. And it has just been a life-changing experience, like, 4 or 5 months into this thing. And it's just, I feel like I have so much like more to learn and more to grow. And I feel like this is like only the beginning, but I'm just so glad for everybody who's been here since the beginning. And even if you're new to the channel, like, welcome to my channel. And, I'm happy that you're here. Um, you really do mean a lot to me. Like you said, a million random people here to help justify my pain. And it just kind of makes me think about, like, just how grateful I am for you guys, and making it worth my justification of my pain to go through this life every day and to try to get on here and spread some positivity about music and great music and great artists. And you guys help me do that, and I'm just so grateful that I'm able to do that. And I can't thank you guys enough. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me today. And if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you. Until next time, I appreciate you for watching.